Hello, hello. It's me. I'm here at 7:30. Quite a bit later than normal. Um It'll probably be like this tomorrow too, but should hopefully be kind of normal after that. I do have like work travel next week, which may affect things. I don't think it should affect times at least. I'm not too sure what my travel times are. We leave on Tuesday. There's a there's a pretty good chance that I won't be able to go live on Tuesday. I think I'll be in a 10-hour car ride, 10 plus hour on Tuesday. What is it? Saturday and Tuesday. Yeah, I'll be traveling for work, and that's about a 10-hour car ride, I think, one way, and I'll be carpooling with somebody. And the person I'm carpooling with has a Tesla, so we'll have quite a few stops, I guess, and that'll probably add an extra couple hours, I assume. I don't drive an EV myself, or ever have really, so I don't truly understand how it is on long car trip. I have rode with one a fair bit though. I do carpool with this person quite a bit, and we go from one point to another point fairly often, and that's about 250 miles one way. And we just have to charge one time, I believe, and it's good. One stop charging ain't too awful. And that's about a 4-hour drive, so 10 hours. I'm assuming we have to do like 2 to 3 stops, and I don't know how 2 to 3 stops will be, and that's a little curious to me. I get the EV range anxiety because I don't have a real concept of how much range you actually have with the battery percentage. I feel like we have cut it kind of close a few times on that said thing. But yeah, I'm starting a little late, so I'm just gonna get right into it. Instantly zoom in. Oh, I hit the wrong button. There we go. There we go. I believe the last song I listened to was Pale Rupture, right? Yeah. Someone do the windy thing. Yeah. Boom. Yeah. Probably turn that up. windy thing. Oh, I did it. I did it wrong. Boom, boom. Hmm. Okay. Thomas is Bara. Their one song. Hello. Good evening. Tis tis the proper time. Is the evening time. Um, I've been mentioning it has been getting lighter. More. It has been getting darker later. But since I started later, it is completely dark outside. I missed the blood moon. It was a blood moon last night. I have just started the stream and basically only been music. These streams have gotten me to add more Homestuck music to the music playlist I never use. Uh, I I used to be the kind of person who only had who just hit the play on my liked music on Spotify or a title. I used to use title a lot. Stop using title. Probably if you yeah, stop using title. And then I started just only playing like stuff on Spotify. But since I've moved to YouTube Music, I've had to make playlists for everything because random like shit posts with music and whatnot will get into your liked playlist on YouTube. And that's kind of annoying. That's like the biggest downside to YouTube Music is the algorithm's a little weird. Oh God, Cat by Geck. They did Purple Bard. What was that one? Pretty sure I liked this one. Oh yeah, it was on the yes page. I watching too many things actively to listen to my 900 plus YouTube favorite music playlist on the YouTube app side. Yeah. April 13th, 2012. Ooh. Damn. That was good. Fucking like I like this guy. Glad Gak. I liked Purple Bard, right? Yeah, I like Purple Bard. And then Shelby Craig on the cover art. I recognized the name because I think they've made some of my favorite cover arts for just in general for Homestuck stuff. Huh. What? Also probably helps that I'm not working till 3 a.m. like I was when I was actively listening to it. That's when I need music the most to not go insane. The only time I've ever had to work late shifts like that was when I worked at a homeless shelter. That was my job at the homeless shelter. Was pretty chill. It was a pretty chill. It was a pretty chill job. I'd go work there again if I. Yeah, I'd work there again if I. I guess I wanted something super chill, and occasionally had to worry about specific things, but it was a fairly chill job. The homeless shelter I worked at, I liked it a lot. I used that time to study, um, study up on stuff. Yeah, it was all right. It was all right. I used to work there when I worked at the local grocery store too. I worked at the grocery store in my local homeless shelter for a good bit. I think I worked 30 hours at one and 40 hours at the other. Yeah. Or it was like 32 and 32, something like that. I think it was like right under full time for both. At a restaurant, did not like what I serve. Ooh, God. Jade, Jane, Jane Crocker. I'm the best character of the Homestuck comic, right there. Oh my god. by Liam O'Donnell. Oh, is there only one song? I wonder how this is gonna sound. Probably it's gonna be like. I wonder if it's just gonna be in kind of like a semi noisy chip tune. I was correct on the semi noisy chip tune. Um, one of the sound effects in there, one of the sounds they were using, does it sound like a Castlevania like whip or potion break or something? Oh, it's pretty generic noise, I guess. Welcome back. Welcome back. Boom. Phantasmic youngsters. Uh, oh, oh, that's their only one they made. Fuck, I should practice my scales. Was this peak ukulele time? 2012? No, peak ukulele time was probably a few years after that. uh, you've heard that somewhere, probably in a Homestuck essay. That OST would be right at home with Stardew Valley. My only experience with Stardew Valley is playing the first couple minutes in a movie theater, waiting for a movie to start on my phone. Oh. Battle Protocol. Elliot Culp? Okay. Okay. Back Noir by Will Commer. Back Noir, the Winston. I don't know the Winston. Oh, okay. I'll just say with the one reference, so that would like be a weird link. Okay. Hmm. Well, come on. Hmm. Hmm. The vast glove. M small. Okay, Chris. Black? Blake? Black. How do you envision the vast glove? Okay. I have not heard this before, yes, and this is a good song. Kinda I don't know, it's almost like the part before it goes silent is like the Bass after it's silent, it's like after the Bass Club. Kind of feels like the vibe. I like that one. I already clicked their name though. This is their only song. Kind of a shame. Kind of a shame. WV. Wandering Vagabond. Become the mayor of Cannes. Okay. Solar Bear. Oh. Okay. That was a way to end it. March of the Batter Witch. Oh my god. It's the Batter Witch. Oh. Marcy Nabors, the nabbers. Well, I really like that one. Marcy Neighbors. That was this song. I liked this song too. Okay. Oh wait, no. Oh, they did the flute part. Okay. Uh Louis Fox really has just gotten better over the last like fucking couple of years of Homestuck. I guess a couple of years is a good amount of time. Especially if you like put enough effort and work into it. Okay, Cool Kid by Haunter. Hmm. Beaver in the OST, the melody. Okay, this isn't related to the song, but every time when I see Dave Strider, I can picture him wearing a Cookie Monster hat. That's what I picture Dave Strider wearing if his timeline did not get exterminated. Maybe he would have been too old to wear the Cookie Monster hat. 2009, 13. Maybe. When did this Cookie Monster hat become popular? Like 2000? No, yeah. I picture Dave Strider wearing a Cookie Monster hat. I feel like he really would have wore one. What all the cool kids were wearing, right? At a certain point in time. Uh, Clock Stopper. Okay. Oh, two people. Bro would use it for ironing. Dave would follow the trend for a while, then ditching it. Maybe. Well, that's interesting. They take this to be like a more of a emblem than a thing. 6 minutes. Dang, I guess there's two people. These guys work on anything extra? Or is it just the one song? One of them goes on to work on more things. Guitar and bass. Oh, I'm kind of curious now. I've really enjoyed the way it actually used everything, like quite a bit. A- Atomic Empire is one of your favorites. Oh, boom. There we go. It's a little tidbit. Wow. I didn't realize how many things reference this track. Wow. Dapper Dueling. Max, right? Shiloh, Shiloh. No, damn. Say you got vision. You got vision. It's all right. It's all right. This is like an interesting style. It feels like it feels really like comic-y, but is this just how maybe just Tumblr plus comics feel? Maybe? Or is this just how Tumblr people drew? Not as much of a Tumblr person. I like the style though. Reminds me of comics. Specific comics. Dapper Dueling. Track commentary. Max Wright. Dapper Dueling was inspired originally by a steampunk band named The Cog is Dead. After listening to the song I just linked, I tried to take down the general feel and basic instrumentation, and then worked on my own from there. Instruments used in the piece are acoustic guitars, accordion, whistle synth. Fun fact, I'm pretty sure it's the same one used in Horchetta, 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 yeah, Ortre, Orchestra, yeah, yeah. I don't know why I'm struggling. Banjo, harmonica, 114, pan to left. Violin slash fiddle, full strings section, 128. Maracas, castanets, very, very faint snare. You can hear it at 10 seconds. Under the whistle, constant bass drum beat, bang, bang, wink. I also gave the original Showtime Strife mix a few listens for the purpose of structuring my piece. After all, it's meant to be a Strife theme. However, pretty much all sources of my inspir of sort however, pretty much all sources of inspiration were only used in parts before the banjo solo. The rest was just me having fun with music. Let me also point out that it made me extremely happy to see in canon that Jake bounces from side to side before he is about to fight. It was the exact image of him I was hoping for. Also, while composing, I imagined Dapper dueling to fit a fight scene similar to this in Sherlock Holmes 2009. Oh, ah, mute tab. Oh, that video is not available anymore. The video doesn't exist. I assume it's the discombobulate. This is my interpretation of Jake's Strife theme. After the intensity of Cobalt Corsair, I wanted to make something fun to listen to and ended up with this. Imagine Jake English bouncing nimbly from side to side, facing off to wrestle his eager opponent. Boom. Oh, who were the choices in Volume 3? I always get I get this mixed up. Well, this was the one. What's okay? Is this Skyla or Bronya's song? Huh? A Skyla song. Yeah, has to be. Yep. Oh, and then he winks at the end. Damn, that's good. Damn. Max Wright. Max Wright is Vision. Oh, and then some more further ones up. Oh, wait. I like this one too. Okay, yeah. Yeah, they really do have Vision. Okay, okay. Oh, fuck. That's good. Dapper Dueling. Checkmate. Cool. You killed my father. Prepare to die. I don't know. How did this one sound again? Oh, this one's further out. Okay. Oh, this one references this one. Okay. Okay. So this references this. Okay. David Dykes. Okay. Checkmate. Vodka Mutiny by Cat Boss. Oh, they more. Them fish. Okay. Oh, the tiny little cup. Oh. Bum, bum, ba, dun, 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 dun. The Waltz. Oh. Elaine Wang. Track commentary, Elaine Wang. Fun fact, Dord is a rather amusing typographical error that occurred back in 1934 when someone in the Marianne Webster editing staff misread D or D intended as abbreviation for density as Dord and made up a pronunciation for it. Whoops. Given Roxy Lalonde's penchant for drunk typing, lexicographical creativity, I thought it was appropriate. The accidentals, at least as much so. As for the waltz part of it, well, I have no idea. No idea either. It was written as a Roxy song. It will now be a Roxy song until the end of the internet. I came up with the title first and the music second. The accidentals were there the first time I put down the notes. They are going to stay there. The above is not normal for me. I have more recently taken to using random word generators to title my music because I often struggle with that. I am told that the song has some similarities to Endless Climb. That part is most definitely not deliberate. Not going to rule out subconscious influence though. The album art is done by Marigo. She, question mark, does cool work. Go look at her Tumblr too. Dord is a real thing that happened in the Merriam-Webster in the 1934 edition. Read the article for more information. A Dord is a kind of instrument. There's none of them in the song, just so you know. Although if you're willing to play Dord on a Dord, I can send you sheet music. Full disclosure, I'm not actually finished with the Dord sheet music. Remind me in 2 weeks and I'll probably have something. The above 2 points also apply even if you aren't going to play Dord on a Dord. I have no idea what the range of the instrument is, so whatever. Interesting. Okay. Dord Waltz. I like that one. Shame they only have one song. Rustless Fall. Gabe Still. Okay. Or Styles. 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 Stilles. I don't know. Restless Fall. Now to pipe organ kind. Okay. Oh, this is used in that page. This is that one. Okay. James Roach. As a lot of you know, my track Pipe Organ Kind was featured in last Friday night's Flash. I used melodies and themes from several talented musicians to create this track and orchestrated slash arranged them for fun. I never thought it would become anything. I thought it might be fun to show y'all, sh- show you all the notes and themes I used in the track. Though unless otherwise stated, it's showtime throughout. Showtime, Warhammer Zilihu, Explore, Black, Doctor, Liftoff, Harlequin slash Toccata, infused in D minor, Toccata lines and turns at Warhammer Zilihu, Doctor line again, Harlequin, Zilihu, Toccata line. I wrote in a breath, or what's called a grand pause, since John was the heir of breath. Thank you. Thanks for all the overwhelming encouragement support. I wouldn't be here without you guys. That's the guy. Oh my god. Oh, that and do that. Oh, oh my gosh. Oh, that was the entire Color and Mayhem album Universe B. My gosh. Uh, and then I guess next week I start Volume 9. Oh, ooh. So I do what I did with was it Volume 6? Was this the one I spent was it like 8 or 7 hours just listening to music? Symphony Impossible to Play. These ones I'm excited for. These two. Okay. Yeah. It's a bit later than normal, but um hmm. I guess there's one thing I can talk about. Scott Pilgrim EX. Oh my gosh, this game came out today, right? This came out today, right? Or is it yesterday? Oh, it came out yesterday. Oh my gosh. Scott Pilgrim EX. I am personally kind of disappointed in the character selection for this game. Let me turn this on actually. The characters have me disappointed. Because it makes sense to have these guys. Matthew Patel's the best choice here, and that's all I wanted to mention. I didn't know who the final character was going to be. I assumed they just announced it yesterday when the game came out, and it was kind of who I thought it was going to be. Yeah. We are 128. I should probably go a little longer. Hit the 2-hour mark at least. I guess this was trending. People are talking about their favorite video games, the top 10s. My top 10s list is kind of atrocious. I'm gonna turn on noise cancellation a little bit. Oh. I have a few. I guess I'll do this. My top 10 games of all time. My top 10 is it's not very. I personally think my own top 10 list is kind of awful. It's not super amazing. One thing I will mention though is some games I really enjoyed when they were coming out. So these are not my top 10. Honorable mentions. Yeah, here we go. Here's some of my honorable mentions of my top 10 games. Overwatch has to be. Man. I think over the last 10 years, I don't know a game that was as hyped up as Overwatch. And you kind of had to be there in it. This is like Blizzard's next original IP game. It was going to be a hero shooter. This was this was when Blizzard was, I guess Blizzard still is a powerhouse in the industry because Activision Blizzard. Well, this is when Blizzard alone was such a force in the industry. And this Overwatch is a good game, still is a good game. I still play this. I actually was playing this not too long ago. Like, I think just yesterday even. I like Overwatch. I think I am kind of old brained with it, and I miscall a certain character. I miscall Cassidy sometimes. That's because I'm old. I'm an old headed there. It's an accident though. I try not to say it. Pretty solid at it. I only say when I get like too focused in the game. But another game in my honorable mentions is Sly Cooper 2. I really like Sly Cooper 2. One thing I will say about my list and the games I enjoy playing, they were my top, some of my favorite games, my all-time favorite games, right? You're gonna tell my age range. I feel like my games I choose are just some of the most basic games you could select. Number 2 I actually can't remember too much about, like the game wise. I believe this is the one. Oh, what happens in this one? Oh, this is when you're trying to you're trying to stop that one guy, the like lion guy. That happens in Sly Cooper 2. And you're trying to get your gang together to like get your family's book back, the Thievius Raccoonus. Is that the story in this one? I think so. Something that's kind of like one thing that's sad to me is at one of the conventions I was at, somebody was dressed up as Sly from Sly Cooper. Not a single person knew who they were that came up to him and talked to him, I guess. I was so disappointed. This was a convention that had a lot of like older folk too, folk like my age and older. So I was extremely surprised that they didn't know he was Sly Cooper. Man, I love Sly though. And then Max Payne 2. I like the Max Payne games. I think it's a solid one to say. I think the way they handle certain topics, I think like the detective comic book things they do in Max Payne is really cool. The bullet time in Max Payne is iconic. One thing I like about Max Payne is I feel like they really did have an emphasis on like fun. There was a lot of fun in the game, but that's semi-seriously too. It's fairly serious, very serious story-wise. I've played Max Payne 1 and 2, and I've played parts of Max Payne 3. One thing I will say about Max Payne 3 over 1 and 2 that I enjoy a lot is the gunplay in Max Payne 3 is completely precise. Where you aim, you shoot. In Max Payne 1 and 2, or at least maybe 2 was, but at least in Max Payne 1, it is not like that. And I found that kind of annoying going back on my playthrough of Max Payne. I played that game within the last couple of years. Another honorable mention. Super Monkey Ball 2. Oh my gosh. I love Monkey Ball. It's a fun party game. In my eyes, it's like the fun party game. Let's get a lot of it. You know, let's have more honorable mentions than just these. Boom. Another one. Tony Hawk's Underground 2. This game is the shit. Put it right there, I guess. endless hours of arcadey fun right here. Stupid, insane shit. What is it? In this one, you go from nothing to up there. Really love this one. This one, there's also like there was a Disney skateboarding game that was also pretty fun when I was younger. I forget what that one's called. That one's very fun. Just because it's Disney, I like Disney things. In particular, I really like Pixar. One thing I've had a thought of with Pixar recently is there are people who are just a few years younger than me, or maybe quite a few years now, or maybe just quite a few, I don't know, who don't know Pixar as the GOATs in animated featured films. There's a generation, there's people who didn't grow up with them as that. They grew up with kind of like solid movies, solid animated films, but they weren't like the best, right? Like I'm saying Beyond Good and Evil. Have I played Beyond Good and Evil? That sounds familiar. I don't think I have though. I have not played Beyond Good and Evil. Huh. I've seen the cover of this game. I've never played this game. Actually, this game kind of has my attention a little bit. Who made this? Oh, it's an Ubisoft game. Huh. Oh, damn, this game is good. They re-released it on everything. Okay. Wow. That explains why I've seen the cover before. There are kids who grew up with not great Pixar, unlike us. I know someone who has a Sly PFP but never played them as a kid. They're on that thug game. Oh, yeah, Tony Hawk. Why did my brain not understand the acronym? I've never played Beyond Good and Evil. I've seen the game in things, I guess. I didn't realize it's just the shit. I assume now. Wow, I did not get this from the cover art. What's going on? Oh, wait. Okay, that game has my attention. I'm not looking at that. Oh. God, that looks like Cooper. I'm planning on buying it soon. I played the game to maybe about half hour as a kid. Got stuck because I couldn't figure out how to get the rocket to work. That sounds like an awful. Did I skip a game? I think I had one more. Almost skipped one. No, I didn't. Okay. I'll do that. Dun, dun, dun. Is Thug 2 the one Iron Man, or is that one? Thug 2 is the one Shrek, I believe, right? Or is that one? I can't remember. Okay, that is, yeah, you get Shrek and Thug 2. Thug 2. Iron Man? Is he in this one? Oh, it looks like Iron Man is in the first Tony Hawk on the ground. Jack and Dexter is another series I played a lot. I had a uncle. Okay, so saying uncle gives the wrong impression. So I had an uncle who relatively the same age as me. They were like 6-7 months younger than me, and they were a really big Jack and Dexter fan when we were younger. So I'd go over to their house, and actually I played a lot of games. It was over at their house. They had quite a few newer games than I did at the time. I always bought like used from GameStop because you could just get more games that way. The only issue though about that was, right, I wasn't really supporting game developers, right, as a kid, but you know, a youngin'. I mean, I don't have control over money, and it was kind of during a recession when I was younger. I gotta remember that. I have to remember that sometimes. When I was younger, there was a recession going on. Yeah, and they were big. Yeah, they were a big fan of Jack and Dexter. I liked Jack and Dexter 1 and 2. I don't know if I was a big fan of 3. I think they liked 3 a lot, but I don't know if they liked 3 or if they just liked that they could be Jack, but edgy, and have a motorcycle or whatever he had in that one, or a vehicle of some sort. I don't know about that. Oh, wait, I just realized I'm missing a game in my list. I am... I'm gonna throw this in there just as the game series in general. Ratchet and Clank. This is one I forgot to put on my honorable mentions on my list I had. Right? Yeah. This was one of my favorite game series. Insomniac made some really good games. Wait. Didn't Insomniac make other games that I liked a lot? Yeah, Insomniac made Spyro. Okay. Yeah, shit. Never Jack to Daxter or Ratchet to Clank. Insomniac is the GOAT. Yeah. I never played Spyro enough. These are my honorable mentions. In time for a kind of cursed top 10 list. I asked this question to my friends on Discord, and we all came up with different things. We all like different games. I really do feel like mine's the most basic. Yep, that was made for me as a youngster. I played Spyro 1 as a kid. I've played them. I've played most of them. I never owned them personally. So I used to go in the summers. I used to go travel with my grandmother a lot, and I go visit other family members. And some of my family members had different games in different areas. And yeah, kind of interesting. Because I never owned Super Smash Bros. Melee, but I'd play that game a lot at my great aunt's house, in a house full of like tons of kids. It was like me, a cousin, another cousin, another cousin, another cousin, another cousin, another cousin, another cousin, and we'd all just play like different games on like a GameCube or on like an SNES even. We played a lot of Mario Party and a lot of Smash, and that was pretty alright. We also wandered around a lot as a little collective. We'd go wander, maybe a little, quite a bit of distance. We used to go to like the local mall, which wasn't too far, but maybe a mile away, so kind of far, half a mile, something. Not doing too bad, not terrible. We go wander to the mall and go explore the mall. And one mall store I really liked that just doesn't exist anymore there. I think it was called FYI or something. I don't know. It was kind of like they had. Yeah, they must still exist, right? FYE? I feel like that wasn't the name. I feel like it was FYI. Maybe it was FYE. Must be FYE. Yeah. Yeah? Maybe. Yeah. I always get that confused then. It was that store. Little nerd store with music. I liked music when I was younger a lot. I used to listen to a lot more variety. I don't remember what it was called, but I played a PS2 horror game as a kid that I definitely wasn't allowed to be playing. I somehow got farther along in that game than I should have. That's The only like horror game I could think of a kid should be playing that was like popular on the PS2 would be like the Manhunt games. Those games, I feel like, yeah, kids shouldn't be playing. But I don't think Manhunt's a horror game. Did Manhunt count as a horror game? No. Now that's a game kids shouldn't play. One of the few games on the PS2 that I know of that like was just not a game for kids. Oh, or Orphan maybe. I've never played Orphan, but I've heard stuff about Orphan. I think my older brother really liked Orphan a lot. I've never played it, and I've just heard about Orphan. Actually, how does Orphan look? Orphan game, PS2. Isn't that just... it's not this one. It's a different one, I think. Was it not a PS2 game? Maybe it was something else. I don't think it was this JRPG one. He did like JRPGs though. I'm pretty sure it was a different one. I think it involved this and it wasn't this game. Dang. Oh well. Maybe I probably just got it mixed up with something else in it. Like I said, I don't know what it was called, but I definitely remember getting yelled at for it. Manhunt was not a age appropriate game. If you ever seen that one. If you ever do see that. Now to my top 10 games of all time. I don't know if I don't think this is like in order. It was kind of, I didn't spend the most time on this. I did spend a little bit. I went through some games that I've actually played quite a bit of, had a lot of fun with, and I tried not to be super pretentious with the list. I tried to be more of like, yeah, this is what I think, and it came out kind of like, oh wow, I have really not the good taste. My taste is bad. I don't even have Portal in this list, and I feel like low key should be a top 10 game of all time compared to the games I do have in it. Boom. GTA San Andreas. Like, get up. What was it? What's the quote? What's the quote I'm thinking of? All you had to do was follow the damn train, CJ. That's what I was thinking of. Okay. GTA San Andreas. It's a Grand Theft Auto game. And I think it really does define a lot of like the modern Grand Theft Auto. Maybe not. I feel like all of them take big love from this game, right? Because there's only a couple after this, right? I played GTA 4 a little bit. Played GTA 5 quite a bit. GTA 5 probably a better game. GTA 4 is probably a better game. But I don't think, maybe 4 has a better, might have the legacy in these days. But I feel like San Andreas is just Grand Theft Auto. And China Wars on the DS. Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas. I really like the story in this game. Man, GTA really deserves to be the franchise they are. They are with like the games that they've created. GTA 6 is a game I'm extremely excited for. It's a game that I almost bought a PlayStation 5 just to be able to play it day one. That and plus some other fighting game stuff. I like fighting games. But yeah, being able to play GTA 6 when it comes out makes me really want to buy a PlayStation 5. I really do, just for GTA. GTA is GTA. I remember when Grand Theft Auto 5 came out, even if Spider-Man 2 isn't as good as Spider-Man. I remember when GTA 5 came out, that was so cool. I never owned GTA 5. I go to like my uncle's house, the one who's about my age, I go to his house and I'd play a lot. And GTA 5 was crazy. It was insane at the time. I remember GTA 5 having 2 discs. Because GTA 5 came out on the 360 and PS3. Damn, that's 3 generations of consoles, basically 4. Oh, I don't know if you've ever played any of the Mega Man games, but the Star Force series is getting a legacy collection. I'm extremely excited for it. I've played Mega Man X. I like Mega Man X. Crazy how they're still supporting PS4. I mean, PS2 lasted 15 years or something like that, so... like in general, the PS2 did, but... when is GTA 6 coming out? I know it's been delayed and delayed and delayed. Okay. November. GTA 5? That came out in 2012, 2013? 2013, okay. This is when I first played. It was in would have been 2013. I didn't have a PC at the time, but my PC friends, I remember a few of them being upset the game wasn't on PC. I'm scared. I don't know. I guess I haven't looked at GTA trailers. Maybe PC will come out right on time. Maybe a month later. I'm scared it'll be a 2-year wait though, or a year wait for it to come out on PC. And I do not want to not experience GTA 6 when that comes out. Been waiting 13 years. 13 years for GTA 6. We got Homestuck animated pilot before we got GTA 6. Homestuck finished before we got GTA 6. I guess, but like Nintendo doing the smart thing and not supporting anything mainline on Switch 1 after this year, it looks like. I don't know if I call that the smartest thing, but it's an alright thing. It's a choice. I don't think you could really choose to say there's a smart choice in that situation. In that thing, I do know a lot of games. I think a few games were annoyed because they had to be able to hit certain benchmarks on a Switch, right? Switch 1. I think consoles shouldn't. Actually, no, how old is the Switch? That game came out a long time ago too, I guess. Yeah, 10 years. It's almost been 10 years. I guess not too crazy, but it feels kind of small. Feels like a small window in the modern day for consoles. Those old hover holds you back, but PS4 is still pretty powerful. Yeah. I guess. When was it like the next? I don't know. I don't like the. Some things just be left out to run. And usually when Nintendo's done with something, they are done with something. I kind of don't. I'm not a big supporter of how Nintendo, the company, does a lot of practices. And boom! Next game. I still got a 3DS and a bunch of games for it with some DS games. I'm a bit afraid to even use it. My 3DS had an issue when I first got mine after probably like 3-4 years of using it. This is probably when they're new. After 4 years they're new. And the triggers stopped working. And that was really sad. But Devil May Cry 3. Oh, I don't know. Devil May Cry 3. It's done a lot of harm to a certain category of gamers who've never played Devil May Cry and think they know everything about Devil May Cry 3. I think both my 3ds still work. I just need chargers for them. One of them, my brother hacked, but that hack broke. Oh, it'd be too hard to get the jailbreak working again. Devil May Cry. It's Devil May Cry. Fuck, I've never made a devil cry. Devil May Cry does change a lot in games. One thing that was really I thought was enjoyable in Devil May Cry, it's pretty normal though, for people to know about, is if you die too many times in Devil May Cry 3, the game will just automatically lower your difficulty because you're not good enough. I think that's pretty funny. I think the comedy in Devil May Cry games are kind of not the best usually. I guess DMC5 kind of fixes that. DMC5 is fucking mwah. That game is just, oh boy. Devil May Cry deals with a lot of like, one of the main things is just family. I like things with family. DS games I still have are Alvin Code, Dragon Quest 9, Phantasy Star Zero, FF Echoes of Time, and The World Ends With You. The World Ends With You. Okay. And do I have any DS games left? I probably don't. I live in my childhood place. I wonder. I probably don't. I had like an issue where like a lot of things that I had that were like semi-retro got taken away by I guess just stolen. I don't know how I was gonna try to word that to not say stolen, but it was sad times. And then Resident Evil 5 is another game. Resident Evil 5 is a Resident Evil game I had too many hours in when I was younger. I really liked Resident Evil. I really liked Resident Evil 5. I don't think I truly appreciated Resident Evil 4 for what it was when I first played it, but I was like really young. Resident Evil 5 though, I really enjoyed this game. I may be biased in Resident Evil 5 though, because it does have a person of color as one of the main protagonists, and I do have a sway for that in pretty much everything. Either it be subconscious or not, I do have a sway for that. And I also have a sway for co-op games. I like co-op a lot. I think if your video game can support co-op in concept, you should at least try to implement it in some way. Was never residented the evil. Once again, my brother has semi recently and told me to. I haven't played Resident Evil 9 yet. I haven't played Resident Evil 7. I played Resident Evil 6 though. Fuck, Resident Evil 6 is so good. Resident Evil 5. To me, this is one of the best Resident Evil games. I do know it's semi-controversial to like say that, but like this one in particular, I think it does a lot of things well. I do think being co-op is nice. I do think getting rid of the stupid ass inventory management of 4 was nice, but I understand that there's something about it that people really love, I'm not, against that kind of storage. Well, maybe I am. I do like some things like that to be a little simpler. And the quick access to the way to access inventory in this game was really nice. They did a really good job on that in this one. One of the biggest issues with this game was the AI. The AI partner was awful. It was just annoying. When I was younger, I played this game a lot with online co-op with a guy, or I guess I don't know if it was a guy, with somebody, and this person only spoke Spanish. I didn't know Spanish. I was a kid, but we played the game and we communicated through the game because it is just that this game is that much better when you have a real person playing with you compared to the AI in the game. It's like there's a Resident Evil game, Operation Raccoon City. Is that the game I'm thinking of? Yes, Operation Raccoon City would be way better if it had like I'm not putting that anywhere near that. This game would be way better if the AI was better. And a few other things. This game had so much potential. A lot of people I have one friend who's really into Resident Evil, and they agree that this game is Potential Man the game. It's a shame that game sucks. It was nice playing as like a operative team for like Umbrella Corp though. The concept's really cool. Mention of inventory management's just jogged a core memory of my favorite game was Fragile Dreams. Fragile Dreams. I have the remakes on my PS5, and I'll probably play it eventually. Apparently, Resident Evil 3, Resident Evil 3's remake is not good, I guess. But I don't know if I believe that. I have a friend who's really big. One of my friend I was mentioning is really big on Resident Evil. They seem to like the Resident Evil 3 thing a ton. Fragile Dreams. I've never heard of this game. They seem to like it a ton. Oh, and I'm extremely upset. I can't play anymore because the Wii console in the game with it got lost in transit when we moved. Damn. Action roleplay. Bandai Namco. Oh, it's a Namco game too. Damn, it's kind of like it's semi-expensive too. Oh wait, no, the Japanese copy is expensive, and A copy is not so much. Oh, whoa. 96% sure. One of my parents sold it, but it was years ago and I can't prove it. Damn. Sorry. Damn. I suck. And this is League of Legends. This game, I would say, revolutionized modern esports, modern like competitive gaming in general. Sure, be it StarCraft and some other games, yada yada. None of them was schmoovin' like League of Legends. I have League of Legends and never plan to. League of Legends. If you play League of Legends like a lot, or if you've ever been really into it, there is no game. Have not. Okay. There's no game that hits the same itch that playing League of Legends does. This is a game I've played for over a decade now. I've played League of Legends for over a decade. I have friends who played longer, and the game's been out since 2009. This game has such staying power. It's still super relevant. I really enjoy. I hate to say it, I enjoy Riot Games. I think Riot Games is some cool shit. They have recently came out some more games, but it's not too recently, right? Valorant's been out for a long time. They've came out with like 2XKO. They're working on. They made a card game. They actually have a trading card game too. I've never played that. And they have a MMO coming out sometime. I considered playing LoL, but a friend who was really into it, who advised me to stay away from it. League of Legends, as long as you mute all, you will never have a truly bad experience. And I don't know, the game's not as toxic as it used to be. I will say, I haven't been playing League very much in the past couple of years. I think I've played it for the first time in like a year, like this weekend. ARAM, the ARAM game mode, toxic. Ranked, not so much actually, not so much. Getting into it doesn't seem like my cup of tea. Yeah, I'm a very competitive person. I like competitive games. I like this. League has so many things going for it. The complexity in the game, and how it's not overly complex, overly jarring to try to get into. One game I want to try to get into is Deadlock, though. That's Valve's like MOBA, because League of Legends is a MOBA. So Deadlock is Valve's MOBA. That one's a third-person shooter. That one seems very interesting. I've seen some of my fighting game friends checking that game out, so I'm curious on that one too. I've tried Dota out, but not truly enough. I do think League of Legends did things at least super well. The GOAT, Faker. I hate saying that personally. When I was younger, I wasn't a Faker fan, but after 10 years, it's still seen him everywhere. I have to admit, Faker's is probably one of the few actual gaming GOATs. Oh my gosh. Fable 2. I'm excited for the new Fable game. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought they were exaggerating with the toxicity, but they rarely ever warn me away from games that way, so I was sure they were dead serious. Yeah, the game is fairly toxic, but I feel like a lot of games just generally are, and competitive games just generally are, right? And League of Legends is a game where you're in a game with 9 other people for like 30 plus minutes sometimes, and that probably has them. I have never Fabled, but I will probably get the new one because I like fantasy RPGs. See, Fable's not your traditional fantasy game, right? What do they call it? What do they say the new one is? It's a Fable is a fairy tale game. Fable 2 is really good. I really enjoyed it. I'm excited for the new one. I'm especially excited for how they're gonna handle the British humor. It seems like they're really just gonna do it, and they're gonna expand on the morality system in Fable 2. Instead of just being good, evil, and it affects how you look, it's gonna be different individuals have different morals, different characters, and people who haven't seen you do something won't know you've done something. They won't know you're evil, and they'll treat you as such, right? They don't know you. And I'm curious how they're gonna handle all that. And they can do something that maybe a few games have done. They're gonna do cutaways like how The Office does, where they just talk directly into the camera, they can just talk to it. That'll be unique. I'm excited to see how that game works out, but I have been waiting for a new Fable game for a long time. Because when did Fable 3 come out? I had to pick up Kingdom Come 2 at some point. Oh, I used to have a copy of Xenosaga 2, and it came in with a movie disc that had the cutscenes of the first game in it. Oh. 2010. Oh, I've been waiting for a Fable game for a long time. I didn't realize it was 2010. What? Has it really been that long? As a Xenoblade fan, I gotta say, I gotta play Xenosaga and Gears at some point. Wow, Fable 3, 2010. Damn, I remember when that came out. Fuck. I never played this one enough though, so I don't know if it's better than 2. I miss it. Oh, it's not too bad. Okay. The second game of this next one I'm talking about is probably better. It's probably the better game. Ty the Tasmanian Tiger 2 is probably better than the first one. This is one of my favorite childhood games. I really like this game. Very cool. I'm not the biggest platformer guy. I think this does it pretty well for what it is. It's fun. I own this game. It's right next to me. I keep this game next to me. I was really into the games and anime years ago. I think it was just the first. Oh, first Xenosaga. Which one is Xenosaga? I've actually never seen the Xenosaga cover. Have I never seen gameplay of this? Huh. I guess I'm not a big JRPG fan, so I wouldn't have seen it. Ty the Tasmanian Tiger, one of my favorite games. This is a fun, simple action platformer where you stop a man from trying to take over the world or end the world or something, or at least the Outback. You're trying to mess with the Outback. You're a Tasmanian tiger. Third game sucks. The first and second game are good. I've owned this game. It's next to me. Love it. I've mentioned this game quite a bit. This is a game I mentioned whenever I get the chance to. I feel like I'm one of the only people who talk about this game, so I'm gonna be one of the few people who make sure this game survives the archives. Hi has a really unique hub world. But Hi 2 does the hub world better. Hi 2 kind of does a lot of things better. Oh my god. And then, boom. Let's... I don't know if you can hear my roommate. They're screaming about something. I do not think it is possible to have a top 10s list. I guess I don't have a Valve game in here. I don't have a Valve game, so maybe it's not the craziest thing to say. Or I don't have a Naughty Dog game in here either. But I feel like Bethesda is one of those companies that everyone has a game that they're fond with, that they love, that they just... It's one of the games. Roommate murder count 1. Oblivion is my favorite Elder Scrolls game. 7 years earlier, I haven't played any Elder Scroll game. Wow. Elder Scrolls 4. Very simple and kind of stupid. I enjoy a lot of things about this one. One of my favorite things what they did is how they handled the Brotherhood. The Brotherhood in this game, I think that's like the best Brotherhood quest line just in general. Here, I guess I don't know. I haven't played enough of the MMO to really know. Brotherhood quest line is so good. What's this do? Oh, whoa. maybe in modern days I have more time in Skyrim. The last time I played Skyrim, I think, was probably on somebody's Switch. Oblivion, it was good. The lock picking was great. They had like a semi-unique lock pick where you actually just like pushed up the pins and you unlock the door. Combat was kind of annoying. I can't remember if Oblivion. I think Oblivion still had the chance-based hitting, so you could actually just miss and it would do no damage to a target. It was Oblivion, Morrowind. Morrowind, more or less, is a really heavy on the RPG like aspects. The RPG like tabletop games, I guess I want to say, maybe aspects of an RPG game. There's more things that you can do. One thing in like Morrowind you can do is you're able to kill any NPC. You're able to kill anybody. But if you kill an important, like a NPC you need to beat the game will tell you, oh hey, you ain't beating this game anymore, man. We gotta reset. We gotta go back to your last save. Derby, I'm gonna go check to see if I still have Xenosaga Anime save. That's one of the things with Oblivion. Tekken Tag 2. Oh. A childhood favorite of mine. It's Tekken Tag. I thought about putting Dead or Alive, but Tekken's Tekken. Mortal Kombat should probably be in honorable mentions too. Mortal Kombat, like Deception. I like the 3D games for Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat's Mortal Kombat. Probably the second most popular fighting game just in existence. Because what is it? Street Fighter is probably number 1. Mortal Kombat's probably 2. Then it's Tekken. And yeah, that's probably it. Tekken Tag 2 is the second tag tournament game in Tekken. And the tag games are like a little spin-off game where it's like a tag fighter, where normally in Tekken you don't really have that. And you have characters who you don't really see, and this is for fun. A lot of characters are just like copy and paste characters of other move lists, but they still like, at least it's a new character. The only Bethesda games I've played is New Vegas, but my computer is so laggy it can barely run it. I've played Bethesda. I've played New Vegas a little bit. For some reason I can't get into that game as much as I like. I like Fallout 3 a lot, but New Vegas one I couldn't really get into, I guess. I don't know why. I've tried a couple times. Maybe I should try again. A lot of my friends really love it. You still have it. Okay. Yeah, a lot of people just in general really like New Vegas. I like Fallout 3, and apparently you're a fake fan if you like Fallout 3. Apparently liking Fallout 3 is stupid, I guess. One thing I really enjoy about Tekken, back to my Tekken rant, is the Tekken storyline is really cool in the game series in general. It's really fun. It's stupid. The storyline in Tekken is stupid. Tag 2. The tag games emphasize the stupidity in Tekken games, where like the normal Tekken games, they seem like serious, like, oh my gosh, what's going on, like crazy anime action movie kind of stuff. But the tag games really emphasize the more like fun. This game, it's a stupid game. Let's have some fun with our characters. One thing I really enjoy in Tag 2 is the soundtrack. Tag 2 has a soundtrack with, I think there's a Snoop Dogg stage in this game for Snoop Dogg, and Snoop Dogg has a song. Shame Snoop Dogg's not Snoop. That's the Snoop Dogg that he used to be. I only played Mortal Kombat 2. It was only from the teacher's copy when we had who's doing parties. I remember meeting a sumo wrestler guy with a really memorable move. I was like, Mortal Kombat 2 sumo wrestler. Was Bo Raicho in Mortal Kombat 2? I'm like a little curious now. Who was in Mortal Kombat 2? Liu Kang. Oh my god. Kung Lao. I forgot my favorite guy. Kung Lao, Johnny Cage, Chameleon, Sub-Zero. Is that supposed to be? What's that? Mortal Kombat. Oh fuck! Oh my god, that's Shang Tsung. That's Katarina, or is that her name? Katrina, maybe something like that. That's the Jax. Melina, Baraka, Scorpion, and Raiden. Maybe it was Super. Might have been Super. I don't remember which MK2 it was. There's probably a bigger list I could have looked at. But yeah, one thing I like about Tekken Tag 2 is they amp up the goofiness. That was what horror game I played as a kid, and it was Silent Hill 2. And my aunt got an even worse lecture than I did since it was her game. Silent Hill 2 is a dope game. Well, at least based on the music, it's a dope game. Like I've said, I've maybe played the game a little bit, but I really enjoyed the soundtrack to that song, to that album. To that game. I used to listen to that when I went to sleep, and it is still one of my focus playlists. I want to, like, if I need to listen to music and I want to, like, hear something, it's one of those OSTs I open up. I think it's really cool. I like it a lot. Okay, I'm gonna turn that off. This may get me not cancel the copyright warning. Okay, so this is one of my favorite Tag 2 songs in Tekken Tag 2, and I think it really just emphasizes a lot of like the fun of it, because the song's kind of like a play on, I want to say, High School Musical and how anime is with slice of life anime is, in a sense, and how they do the song. I'll play a little bit of it. Tell me where you've been all my life. Where have you been?
Let's chat now. You want to go with me to the dance? Just text me and let me know. Tell me, will you be my date at the party? And boy, it's girl, and life is so good.
Okay, I'm playing too much of that. I guess no, I'm gonna play that much only. I think Tag 2 emphasizes on the silliness of Tekken, but it's also a really good game. It's a very good Tekken game. It's a shame I'm not the biggest Tag fan of a Tag series. And a true goat. A definitive goat right here. One of them. Like Halo 2. Halo 2 was fucking Halo Combat Evolved, but just cooler. Dual wield. The cover tells you it's dual wielding. It's like, whoa, what? That's awesome. In this one, you could also play as the as like the arbiter, right? Or you could or could you at least you could play as the aliens at some point? I think in this one. I've never Tekkened ever. That's a shame. Tekken's a good ass game series. Halo 2, very good. I might buy Silent Hill 2 remake when I actually have the money. I always emulate your and get the ROMs of your your legal copy of the game that you have to make a backup. Obviously, because otherwise it'd be illegal. You just can't download a random ROM on the internet. That's not legal. Yeah, I've only played Halo once and at my cousin's house. Halo is such a awesome like universe, honestly. The world building in Halo is pretty cool. You're a super soldier with guns fighting an alien race on your home planet. Right, that's what Halo. Wait, that's Halo. Yeah, that's what Halo 2 is, right? Because you have some planets on Earth. Oh. The Halo storyline is really cool. I don't like the Halo 4 campaign. That's kind of when I dropped. That's when I stopped dropping Halo. That's when I kind of dropped Halo. I've come back for Infinite to play the multiplayer with friends because Halo multiplayer is one of those things. Halo 2 was actually one of those games that really spun up, I want to say, like competitive gaming in North America. This is one of those games. This game plus probably Call of Duty. MW2 was probably one of the ones that did that too, but maybe some earlier ones. I guess with Call of Duty, one of the starting peaks for Call of Duty esports is probably Call of Duty Ghosts. A lot of people's least favorite Call of Duty game. I actually thoroughly enjoyed that one. Halo 2, such a good game. Can you imagine what it would be like if Homestuck had been an indie game instead of a webcomic? I don't know how you would do it. I guess I could see ways you could do it. I feel like if it was an indie game and not a webcomic, it wouldn't have the fans it had in a lot of aspects. Because it would be hard to do certain things. Unless it came out in like small parts here and there throughout some years, right? But I don't think it would have been a lot. I don't think it would have had the same things as it did. One of the big things with like Homestuck, right? Early on, at least, is it's an MS Paint adventure, and those were really sprung on a lot of the community, people saying what to do, voting on things, right? Like all the characters in Homestucks are submitted names, aren't they? Or at least voted. I'm pretty sure they're submitted names, and everything. I don't know if it could work, but it like the concepts and things that happen later Homestuck, right after probably Act 3, could be cool in a game, and that could make sense. So, I don't think Homestuck could be where it's at without its webcom format. It doesn't have the same impact as a new page every day, and just the feeling as if the small community is part of it, right? Like making it and be like, oh wow, things I do, things I say can affect the story. Or wow, the community music's in this. That's pretty cool. Some of it doesn't. We have things we have like what's happening in Beyond Canon right now. I do think like a Homestuck indie game in concept could work. It'd be really cool. And if it was an indie game, there's a higher chance I would have checked it out when it was a thing. It being a webcomic and how it was when I was younger, I wasn't interested in it. I liked webcomics, but I didn't want to read Homestuck. Part of it was because a lot of the bands around Homestuck at the time, I feel like maybe not want to look at Homestuck. I'm a pretty I mentioned this quite a bit. I'm a pretty basic person. I mean, look at some of my favorite games. I don't think there's anything not crazy in here. Maybe this one, but I feel like I am the target audience of every one of these games. Yeah. But I do think I would have seen Homestuck before it, what it actually was. But I guess what kind of game would Homestuck have been? Would it have been like a Game Maker Studio game? I guess that's what Undertale is, a Game Maker 2 game. Huh. I would have been a JRPG, I don't think. How's he doing? I don't know. There was an update a few days ago. OMG. I'll get there eventually too. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And it's time for my favorite game of all time. OMG. I think I mentioned this game on stream. I hope I did. This is a game I absolutely love. This might be the game I have the most hours on, the most playtime. I've done probably the most in this game of almost any game I've played. I actually haven't 100%ed this game, but part of that's because some parts are just boring. I wouldn't ever want to do them, and part of it is getting to certain things is just like really luck-based chance. And the game I'm talking about is Borderlands 2. I really love Borderlands, and Borderlands 2 in particular. This game is one of those games. I've played the game, I know what happens, I know what's going to do, and I still find it fun to this day. I still hop on this game, I still check it out. You've never bordered a land. Well, this game's good. Okay, 2. I really like this game. I think it really did a lot of things with like looter shooter stuff. And kind of like do the guns is kind of fun. So the guns have different parts from different manufacturers in the game. So there's like, you can get different parts of different guns, and they say, oh, we got like a good bajillion guns in this game. And they have that from just randomization of different gun parts. Like on this gun, you can have a different like barrel. I think, I forget what they all are. Nah, I haven't played the game in a while. Sights. My guy is like freaking out. This is the game that's number 1 for you. I've never played Deltarune. I do plan on checking it out eventually. I don't know. I feel like I should play Undertale first, get a feel of how Toby games should be played, but checked out at least. Borderlands 2 is one of those games I played a ton of. I've beaten this game over and over and over again. This comedy's kind of stupid. Handsome Jack is probably the most iconic thing. Just had a quick look, 25 new pages. I just had probably the most iconic character I feel from the Borderlands franchise. Maybe Claptrap is, from how much they force him down everyone's throat. I'll just read them after the stream. One of the one thing that's kind of disappointing about the Borderlands franchise is Borderlands 3 on release and the Borderlands movie. Borderlands 3 on release was it was okay. It had some weird things about it. So the Borderlands games are a game series where you're meant to replay the game, get better loot, and grind for the perfect version of the weapon you want. And Borderlands 3, oh, and you also look for like these harder to get guns that are legendaries, which a lot of time were better, sometimes they weren't. Borderlands 3, loot just came too easy. Everything you're getting legendary every time you killed a boss. You got 1 to 3 legendaries every time. Leveling up was fast. The progression felt just like, oh, I'm done in like a couple sessions. It's not just like something you go, oh, I played here, and here. Oh, we're there finally. You're just there. And you get through Borderlands 3 and all the levels so quick. And there was no endgame content when it first came out. So once you got everything, you're only killing the same things over and over again without a hard boss. In Borderlands previous games, there was a like a raid boss of sorts, a harder boss to fight that took more like, I guess, skill, just skill in general, and better loot, and you had to like attack it with certain ideas and plans. Borderlands 3 didn't really have that on release, and bosses are pretty easy, guns are pretty broken, and the worst thing about it, in my opinion, is unskippable cutscenes. Unskippable cutscenes in a video game that you are meant to beat over and over and over again just doesn't make sense to me. Why make your players sit through the cutscenes when they've already beaten the game? Like the first playthrough, sure, don't let them skip it. Second playthrough, come on, let me skip it. Third playthrough, let me skip it. Fourth playthrough, come on. Usually only beat a couple times because there's a normal mode, a second mode, and then a hard mode. And then Borderlands 3 also did the hard mode weird. So Borderlands 2, I feel like did everything Borderlands, it's just Borderlands. So like I said, 3, you play through the game once, you beat the game, and you unlock a new mode, and you go through this mode, and everything's leveled up. And then the next mode, everything is leveled up again after you beat it a second time. On this third playthrough, everything is leveled to you. And the biggest issue with 2 was there was a game mechanic called Slag, where you used a special gun to shoot the enemy, and you would deal extra damage to these characters who were slagged. But the issue was you would slag a character and have to swap weapons, and you have to, at certain points in the game, in the third playthrough, you're basically required to do that. And for a little bit, for the most part, you're pretty good though. This just becomes a major issue when you hit the overpowered levels. There's like so you have like a max cap level, and all your enemies will scale to your level. But you can you can do a series of challenges that add levels to your opponents that make your opponents a higher level than you, which is different. And that one, it's highly reliant on certain stuff, and that's kind of annoying. Borderlands has iconic villains, alright characters. These characters are meh, truly, honestly. Handsome Jack carries it a lot. And the side characters carry, I guess, because you have Mad Moxie, very cool character. And Borderlands is one of those games that I have too much time on. I really enjoy. And I can play this game for like all of eternity and enjoy it. Oh, the playlist messed up again. Okay, hopefully nothing played that I'm gonna get copyright strike on. Okay. Boom. This is my little list. OMG. Let's put that right there. Put F11 on that. Dun, 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 dun. And it is about sorry, I didn't realize it, but about 2:40, 2 hours 40 into it. Okay, so this is moving towards the end of the stream, I guess. So tomorrow, stream time was be closer to what it was today, probably 7:30. I will be going to work a little late. What's normal stream length? Yeah, I will be going to work late tomorrow. I agreed to do some stuff at a different time than normal, so my schedule's a little different. So I'll be probably streaming at 7:30 again, and I will be continuing the epilogues, and I'll choose which path to go to. Well, I guess I already know which path, but that'll be discussed when I get there. And tomorrow's stream will we find out tomorrow. Yes. And one thing I will say, depending on how long tomorrow's stream is and how far I get into it, I may restructure a lot of things. Same time tomorrow, yes, about 7:30. Yeah, depending on how far I get through it and how long it is, I'll restructure things around that. I don't want to spend 30 years on the epilogues, but yeah, I don't know how long it'll take. I think it took me like an hour 50 minutes to get through the first chapter, right? The prologue, which was like 3 pages. I don't know how long each other thing is, so kind of surprised it got long to get through that. But okay, so there's some things going on that I'm still it's still going wild in my head, trying to figure out what's gonna happen in the epilogues because of those tags. And Barack Obama is the number one thing I'm thinking of, because why would Barack Obama be in the story? And I really hope it's just like, what did I decide on? I guess I should say we. I was talking to a friend with it who's never actually seen the epilogues, and I was saying, and we were just trying to discuss who would make the most sense to run for an election, a presidency, or something like that. I think I decided on Jane Crocker being the best pick. Jane, I think they were saying, maybe they said Dirk and I was saying Jane. I felt like Jane made the most sense. I feel like it'd be pretty funny to see, because they had like fascism in there, and I think Jane makes the best sense to be a semi-evil character, at least partially evil. Jane, if you need to make one of the characters evil and you don't want it to be Jane, you could make Dirk evil and do some certain things, but I don't know. It'd be fun, even if it's just mentioned for like a page, because you don't need to really talk about certain things, right? It just needs to be in the background, even just to be funny. And another thing was Clown Dynamics was another tag that was catching my attention. I don't know what Clown Dynamics could mean. When I was first looking at the tags, I don't think it's really caught my mind on Clown Dynamics. I've never heard something say Clown Dynamics, so I'm kind of curious on what that means, especially in Homestuck. And yeah, there's a few other things I discussed with like one of my friends who hasn't read the epilogues. I could say that for later, though. I think it is getting kind of late. No. Does this work? Oh, it does work. Oh. So it does work pretty alright. I wasn't too sure how well this would work, but it works okay. I didn't think the zoom function would work. I thought I changed some stuff and it wasn't gonna work. That's kind of interesting. But, yeah. This is the end of the stream now for realsy. So, tomorrow, same time, which is 7:30 p.m. in real people time, the true time. And as always, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me yap about maybe some very popular video games that need more attention, especially Borderlands 2. I love Borderlands 2, and Tasmanian Tiger is actually a very underrated game that I think more people need to know about. Yeah, but yeah, thanks, and bye.